We hear it with alarming frequency. Another coach accused of sexual misconduct.
So who can you trust with your child? News Center 7's Una Lee investigates how this happens and what people need to know to keep their kids safe.
You know, it's something you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
Middletown native Kayla Harrison says she was sexually abused for years by her judo coach, Daniel Doyle.
As a victim of sexual abuse, it's not something that leaves you. It's not something that you can just forget about.
Kayla sheds tears of triumph over her competitors and her dark past as she becomes the first American to win an Olympic gold in judo.
I came to that point in my life where I decided that I wasn't going to be a victim anymore and I was going to stand up.
Coach Doyle was convicted and sent to prison. In Greene County, child victims begin the healing process at Michael's house. It's also where the prosecution begins. Many of the deep, dark secrets that coaches force their students to hide are unveiled here inside this interview room in Michael's house. And then there's a panel of experts in the observation room watching. In this room, prosecution began of Brenda Osborne, the Xenia High School volleyball coach, convicted of having a sexual relationship with a female athlete in 2009. Last week in Mercer County, JV girls basketball coach Christopher Summers was accused of having a 3-year sexual relationship with a student.
Well, the law actually forbids you, when you're in those kind of supervisory positions, to have relationships.
Predators often target their victims, then groom them.
When we talk about grooming, we're talking about winning their confidence, breaking through their whatever issue it might be is that they could exploit.
This would be an example of what apparently happened at Penn State. Grooming, a young person to be a particular way to serve their interests.
Dr. Bruce Klein says children will confide in their parents if they are open and calm.
They should not blame or ridicule or be angry, show their own emotion. It's like, don't do that, because it'll be a tendency to scare the child off of expressing their own feelings.
Kayla decided to talk about her abuse after the Penn State case.
I feel like our society puts a lot of taboo on being a victim of sexual abuse, and I don't think that's right. Not only do you have to go through being a victim, but you have to go through being sort of ostracized by your community.
Today, Kayla is encouraging victims of sexual abuse to speak up and stay strong.
How many of you guys have a dream?
Motivating them to pursue their goals. Una Lee, News Center 7.
The detectives asked parents and coaches to look for any unusual behavior. Parents can go to WHM.